Hey, Mustang Sally. Sorry, guys. I got here late. Plus, I got a print going right now that I have to keep an eye on.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Uh-oh. Somebody figured out a new animation there. We're going to talk about it. That's what the Republicans want all the attention on people eating dogs and cats, even though it's not true. So they don't have to admit how badly Trump lost the debate. What's up, Nick? Because if they have to admit how badly the debate was lost, they've got nothing left. Trump was quoting Twitter polls. I think I won. A lot of people say a 95 to 5%, you know. I didn't say this. They said this. Look at you there. So dishonest, the media. Oh, sweet. Enjoy yourself. Mustang Sally. I think they're probably going to end up. I haven't looked today, to be honest. Well, I haven't looked since this morning. I think they'll probably find the Kentucky shooter dead. If not, he probably would have already been located with thermals. You know, there's an excuse for that. When a shooting first happens, we don't have him on site. We don't have air support. We don't have this. But after a few days, and they haven't picked him up on thermals, he probably killed himself. That's right. He uninstalled the Life app. My sister was just down in Charlotte for a Tennessee ball game. You guys know my dad is a big Tennessee fan. That's why he loved his football season. We even called him one time when they had beat Alabama for the first time in like 15 years or something on the show. That's the music. Roll the intro.
Hey Daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Burr.
Yeah, my sister lives there too, Marita.
Just incredible.
If
I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there.
I don't want to say where she lives, but she lives close.
I hope you have a good show.
To that area.
Enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Welcome everyone. How's it going? What's happening? What's up? Patron in my cup. I didn't realize that was in the camera shot now. We'll fix that. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. I'm Will Bird. This is Cold Beer Confessional. Welcome. Welcome. Good news. Good news. I have found the last leak. For now. The last leak for now. Not to say it doesn't all fall apart tomorrow. But I found the last leak. It is over 4 foot deep. Man, this line's so freaking deep. There's probably a foot of road bed, then probably 3 foot of digging. The digging there is not super hard. It's like really sandy soil, but there's a lot of rocks, obviously, big-ass river rocks. So I have to take a pry bar and get those out constantly, then pick them up, throw them out of the hole. But anyways, I have finally found it. It's on a... I was actually digging sort of in the wrong spot. Like, I was technically digging in the wrong spot because it's filling up with water, but the leak is on... here, let's do this. You guys ready for drawing time or what? Because that's what we're about to do. We're about to get out the drawing learning center pad. Let's pull her over here. So it's actually really deep. So here's what's up, first of all. Let's change this line weight. Oh, wow, that's way too big. I can tell you about my day, chat. Makes me feel better about it, huh? If nothing else, I feel better about it. Okay. So let's say... Here is the corner of the house. O-U-S-A. I know it's behind the chat, but that's fine. If I zoom out, it'll still be there. All right, here's the corner of the house. Now, the area I'm digging in, there was this 16-inch paver. And there was a valve here. So if we do... Bump. Valve. Put a V on it for valve. We knew there was a valve there, okay? Now, because there's a valve there, I can kind of tell that there is a water line that runs here, right? And then also somewhere it comes over to the house because the house has water. But this valve just kind of went to nowhere. I dug it up. I thought the pipe was broke originally, and it was leaking. This valve was leaking. But it kind of went to kind of nowhere, right? It didn't go to anything. It was just a valve to a stubbed up pipe. So I fixed that leak and got it all going. In fixing this leak, I dug a hole about this big and about 4 foot deep. So it's probably 6 foot by 4 foot and 4 foot deep. And I was able to find a sewer pipe. So sewer comes out of the house like this. And in this same box, I was able to find a sewer pipe that continues on here. Now, because I found that sewer pipe and we didn't know where the septic tank was, I went ahead and found the septic tank and dug it up and put 2 risers on it for pumping later. Now, as I was digging this hole and fixed all that, I also had to come over here to the house and fix another leak that was over here. Found that. But then, on my hole, this side of the hole kept filling up with water. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? It just kept filling up with water. It obviously wasn't this pipe. This pipe turned down. I don't know where this pipe goes, but it goes deep. So it turned down, and the sewer pipe was getting in the way of digging it up. So what I started doing was I've been kind of trenching this area because it kept filling up with water. And I would say I'm probably like 6, 8 feet that way because it kept filling up with water. And finally, what I found today was it looked like this face over here. Every time I dug to the face, it looked like the face was filling up with water, right? It looked like the face was filling up with water. So I kept thinking the leak's further, further, further. What's actually going on is this water pipe, it turns down, goes much deeper. I'm assuming it ties in here. It goes over this way and has a 45-degree angle on it. So what that looks like is like you have two pieces of PVC, right? They're at a 45-degree angle to each other. And then there's a glued on fitting that goes to both of them like this, right? This fitting is leaking. But because the way it's leaking right here. Water's rushing out of this at very high speed. It's a small leak, but it's rushing out at very high speed. So what was happening is in my pipe, the water was shooting out of this, hitting that wall underground because it was super fucking deep. It was hitting the wall face that I was like digging up against. It was shooting up against that and then coming back at me. So I really dug a bunch extra, but I was finally able to find it. And we've got a 45. It looks like it's PVC, so it looks like the glue joint just came apart. Like I can see where they use primer. I can see where they use glue. And literally I can see the ring where the glue was. And now it's just pulled back like probably a half inch. And it didn't look like it was probably fully seated at the time. So I haven't fixed the leak. I've just found it. It was towards the end of the day today. And I pumped out the hole and turned everybody's water back on so it flooded again. But tomorrow I'm going to turn off the water, pump it up, and replace the 45 and a coupling. But it was kind of deceiving. The way it was shooting out, the way I was digging underground where I couldn't see it shooting, obviously. And then it would go over a little bit, then it would come up. So I kept thinking I had to go further and further and further, when really I was kind of standing on top of it. So once I finally got down I got down deep enough to expose probably 2 foot of this pipe. And it's on an angle, but the 2 foot of the pipe I could get, and I turned the water back on. I was like, is that it right there? Because I could hear it bubbling, I could hear it spraying, and I finally got it. That PVC pipe has been in the ground for about 30 years. PVC is not usually the recommended direct bury for water supply, but they usually say they'll last 30 to 50 years easy, and that's what they went with, and it's right around 30 years now, so... The previous tenants lived in there for 25 years. And there was some people there before, but the previous tenants rented that place for 25 years and just recently moved. And now we got a new family there, and I want their shit to work, right? So, a couple of things I have to do. I have to let's do things I have to do in green. So I have to replace this 45, which is the same as this 45 on the water line. And I have to dig up the second chamber of the septic tank tomorrow and put a riser on it so it can be pumped later. And then I think that's it. We'll see. I mean, this is the third leak I fixed. And when I turn the water back on, I'm like, why is there water coming in the hole that I'm in? So we'll see. I fixed, this was number 1, then number 2, because I guess what I didn't show on this map is there's also a French drain that is like corrugated pipe. We'll just make it big. Hold on. It's like a corrugated pipe drain that goes behind the house like a horseshoe. And then it also, let's do this. It also comes right through all of this. So when we have a leak, it was hitting this drain and it was going all the way down and draining to our pond. So it kind of sucks the way they put in the corrugated pipe. But I could bitch about the way they do everything before I was there. But it doesn't fix it. I still got to fix it, so... We're trying to put some dividers and separators to get the French drain separate from everything else. That way, if we have another leak, we'll notice it instead of it being pumped in the pond. And I definitely don't want something to happen to the septic and it overflow and then get taken down to the pond in a French drain. That'd be crazy. So anyways, that's where we're at with everything at work. So very deceptive leak. I'll probably have the water down for... I don't know, an hour or something tomorrow. I use that extremely, extremely fast PVC glue. So that shit dries in I think it's like 30 minutes. You can handle it in 5 minutes, then it's like dry in 30 minutes. It's like that blue lava shit. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for being here. It is 9/11, and I don't know. Liam said they didn't even really mention it in school, but since it's 9/11, I figured I would show a little bit of patriotism today. And I'm not the greatest at it, but I figured I'd find somebody else that is. So in this week's segment of It Came From TikTok,
Now this nation that I love is falling under attack. A mighty sucker punch came flying in from somewhere in the back. Soon as we could see clearly through our big black eye, we lit up your world like the 4th of July. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list. And the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist. And a hero will fly, and it's gonna be hell when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell. And
I don't know if you know this, but her 2 front teeth got knocked out on 9/11 by a Boeing 747. So she's thinking about getting one memorial tooth just right in the middle and calling it the Freedom Tooth.
feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. I brought to your courtesy all the red, white, and blue. Now justice will be served and the battle will rage.
This big dog will fight.
When you rattled
his cage.
You'll be sorry that you messed with the U.S. of A. Cause we'll put a boot in your ass. It's the American way.
Ooh. Little close winks there. Look, a little red, white, and blue. She's freedom, right? Freedom to rock. 9/11/01. Forever loved, never forgotten. Living on the tradition. This is my new favorite content creator. I got a new one every week. This is Mississippi Queen 10. You remember when Mustang came in here and she was Red Flash Queen? This was her secret burner account. So there you go. Let's see what else she got. Jody Messina.
You sure look good there, standing in the doorway in the sunset light. Maybe I read you wrong, thinking you could
be my Mr. Right. Jody Messina, I grew up on this.
Heart and soul on the line, saying you need some time, just a little
more time.
Make up your mind. Well, it's been long enough.
Time is up. Bye-bye, love. I'll catch you later. Got a lead foot down on my accelerator. Few mirrors torn off, cause I ain't never looking back. And that's a fact. This all, I have not heard this literally since I was a kid in the back of my mom's car. And it just all came flooding back to me. I can't help it.
All I can imagine, I
begged and pleaded in true lover's fashion.
I've got pride and I'm taking it for a ride. Bye
bye, 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 my baby, bye.
Bye bye. Bye.
Wow. When did that come out?
Bye bye, bye bye, my baby, bye bye.
I know I've never played it in my vehicle because I was, by the time I had a car, I was into rock and never listened to country.
Maybe I read you wrong, thinking you could be my Mr. Right. I was putting my heart and soul on the line.
1998, dude. 1998. I was 9 years old when this came out. I remember my playing with, like, riding places with my mom and dad, and every fucking word just came back to me. That's insane.
There are people in this country that work hard every day, but not for fame and fortune
do they strive.
But the fruits of their labor are worth more than their pay, and it's time a few of them recognize. Hello, Detroit auto worker,
steel mill worker.
You work a 40-hour week for a living.
Uh-oh. It's the Mississippi Queen, also known as Mustang Sally. She thinks she's going to pop in here, then dip the fuck out. This is Mustang Sally, everybody.
Back home.
Does she have a bowl cut? You know who she reminds me of? She legitimately looks like the retarded character that gets played in the movie Tropic Thunder. When they tell him never go full retard, what was that guy's name?
And I am just walking down a road, and who do you now this nation that I love, I believe that children are our future. Teach them well and let them.
You got listen. I know there's better. There's Simple Jack. That's right. Let's look up Simple Jack. There she is. There she is. I knew I'd seen her before. That's 100% her. Why is she out here acting like we don't know who she is? Get out of here, that shit, Simple Jack.
Hey, y'all.
You know there's filters on this platform, right? Like you could put a filter on. This got 2.4 million views. I can't play the audio, but here we go. 2.4 million views. Any man of mine. Tired of time. She didn't get a single word right. That's why she got 2.4 million views. Any man of mine.
Very clear looking back since the summer I turned.
Oh no, Scott Wadros.
Lived in a one-room rundown shack on the outskirts of New Orleans. We didn't have money for food or rent, to say the least. We were hard-pressed. And Mama spent every last penny she had to buy me a dancing dress. Mama washed and combed and curled my hair, and then she painted my eyes
Kaboned. Mama washed and curled, comboned my hair.
and lips. And then I stepped into a satin dancing dress that had slit that came clear up to my hip. It was red velvet trimming and it fit me good. Sitting back from a looking glass, there stood a woman, or a half-grown kid it stood. She said, "Here's your one chance, fans, and don't let me down."
Wow.
She said,
That's what I do. I just had that. That's
"Let me down."
total Scott Wadros vibes. In dedication to and in honor of my husband, my true love, I'm so in love with you. Love, your baby girl.
Boy, you are to me
Is he dead?
all that a man should be, and I dedicate my love to you always. A love like ours is rare. It must have been sent from up above, and I know we'll stay this way for always, 'cause we
Are the champions. Oh, wrong song.
that our love will grow, and forever this will be you.
Let's see what kind of view she gets. 2.4 million, 705,000, 458,000, 6,000, 1,300, 1,300, 8,000, 30,000. Yeah, some of these get some decent views. I swear, I don't think it's this person, but I think some people just come on here and act retarded. I know for a fact that some people do, like that woman who couldn't open the biscuits or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? She was like, you was trying to use a can opener to open biscuits when you like peel it and, you know, pop it. I know she did that shit just for views, and it worked. And she was getting all kinds of hate, talking about how dumb she was and shit, but hell, she went viral. Then she started making other shit she doesn't know how to do, which she actually does. Like, didn't know how to use the coffee maker, using the toaster wrong for things, like, and it just fucking worked. People love to hate on somebody. All right, let's talk about Haitian immigrants. So, a couple things. There is a video going around. So one of the videos is, obviously we went over it last night. Oh no. One One of them we went over last night is from a U.S.-born citizen, and they were arrested at a different place at a different time doing a different thing, right? The other one is this guy in this red hoodie. This guy in this red hoodie makes a claim. Now, he doesn't have any evidence. He makes a claim, right? And in this claim, he says that the Haitians can't drive. They're running over people. They got too much track. Here, we'll watch it.
A guy like me has to come out from doing what I do on a daily basis to have fun. I do YouTube. I think it's like kind of odd that like a guy like me has to. So
listen, he already does YouTube. So is there any benefit for him making this video and going viral? Abso-fucking-lutely. We're going to watch a YouTube video here in a minute, and I just want you to listen. I'm not going to say anything. I just want you to listen. Do these people that are making the claim about the dogs and cats, does it sound like they have any other reason they might be upset and repeating these claims? I'll remind you again when we watch that video. But this guy goes viral from this, and here it is.
I do YouTube. I think it's like kind of odd that like a guy like me has to come out from doing what I do on a daily basis to have fun, because I see what's going on in these streets, and I see you guys just sitting up there in them comfy chairs and suits, and I'm getting out here every day, and I'm broadcasting this, and you guys are just sitting up there in suits. Like, I really challenge you guys to get out here and do something. These Haitians are running into trash cans. They're running into buildings.
Running into trash cans, running into buildings. So they're saying they're claiming they're not the greatest drivers. Now, by the way, a lot of these Haitians have been here, like when we watch YouTube videos, someone's been 5-6 years, coming under Trump as well. But it seems like some came there, and then others contacted their family and came there. It does seem like there may be an issue where there's like there's a language barrier. There's a lot of people coming in, and there probably needs to be social services set up to help not only the Haitians, but the people that are longtime residents there, and kind of integrate, right? There's some friction in this integration.
They're running into, they flipping cars in the middle of the street.
Flipping cars in the middle of the street. So, again, claiming he's obviously exaggerating here, but they're not the greatest drivers. So maybe there can be something about driving done.
And I don't know how, like, y'all can be comfortable with this. Like, I don't know, like, who's getting paid from this. I honestly feel like someone's getting paid from it in the background. They drop it.
They're fleeing they're fleeing a war-torn country, right? And they were granted this. Trump did some of it on the way out of his office. But anyways, they were granted here to come here for asylum and immigration status. They came here the legal way, and they're trying to assimilate. Look, no one wants to be in a community and be the motherfucker who doesn't stick in. I guarantee you these people want to assimilate. They just don't understand. Right? There's a language barrier. There's a cultural barrier. There's people out here spreading hateful fucking shitty rumors about them. And wait till you see how hateful the people are that are featured in this YouTube video I'm going to show.
Getting paid from it in the background. You got a bunch of people on the bus getting dropped off at a gas station to come down here. I know a single mom that FaceTimed me this morning at the welfare office that really need something.
All right, so people riding the bus there. Bus fare is the cheapest. I don't know if they're being bused there because that's where they wanted to go and the government paid for it, but bus fare is the cheapest way to send anybody anywhere. It sucks. You stop in every hole in the wall, shitty-ass town along the way, but it's cheap, right? You can go anywhere in the U.S. It used to be for $39.99 and one bag or two bags. What typically happens in these situations is like a group of people got there and they're like, hey, this is a good place. It's safe. There's jobs. There's houses or whatever. And when they talk to their family, friends, neighbors from back home, they tell them it's a good place. And then more people come there. Now, should there be some help integrating these people and even helping the locals understand who these people are and how they act and what their maybe hang-ups are or what their culture issues are? What? Sure. We can do all that. We can do it at one of these city hall meetings.
And it's nothing but immigrants over there. And I don't even want to, seem like I'm coming down on the immigrants because it's the people that's bringing them down here. Because wherever they're at, that's what they're used to, bro. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them like.
Okay. So he claims ducks in the park. Now, there was a claim by someone else that said Canadian geese and they're protected, blah, 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 something. Canadian geese a lot of times are a nuisance. But anyways. you have to think about, instead of going to a city hall meeting and bitching or making a YouTube video, you have to think about this. If they're from a place, we're talking about ducks now, and you may love ducks and you may care about ducks, and ducks are the coolest animal. But if they're from a place where that is a staple food, or that is a food, they have chickens and ducks and shit, they're not from a place probably with a park where these things are protected, okay? I guarantee you that if there are people doing this, there's probably very few, and they probably don't even know it's wrong. You know what I'm talking about? Like, they probably don't even know that it's wrong, or that they're not supposed to, right? Especially depending on where they came from. I know you come from somewhere where there's parks all the time where you don't have to hurt the animals in the parks, but not everybody else does. Now, pets, like stealing somebody's pet from their yard or whatever, that's also a cultural thing. Hell, in other countries, they eat fucking dogs and cats and shit. But I think it's different when it's somebody's personal pet. But I just don't think that claim's true anyways, right? I just don't think that's true anyways. Now, we're talking about ducks and shit. I guarantee you he didn't see fucking 30 people doing this. He probably didn't see anybody doing this. But they probably saw like 1 or 2 people doing this, and then those people got heavily chastised and no one else is doing it, or it's just a rumor to begin with. But I can understand ducks, right? If think about growing up somewhere like Haiti or some shit where there's fucking like geese and animal, and you trap and you hunt and you raise, and then you just see this whole full area full of the shit you eat, and they're just hanging out, right? Like, it sucks. And I know people want to have their parks and whatever. They don't understand that concept.
Y'all get the Highway State Patrol down here every week, and then y'all get like a task force for the Highway State Patrol, and they look for guns, and they look for dope, and this and that and the fourth. That same people that y'all got riding up and down Limestone doing U-turns, pulling people over for blinkers, and pulling people over for like going left to center and like a couple miles over. Like, y'all can take them same people, the Highway State Patrol, and you can take them in every single one of their Silver Chargers and Dodge Durangos, and y'all can take them to Sunset, and y'all can park them right over there, and y'all can teach people how to drive, since the Highway State Patrol know so much about traffic laws and know what to do in traffic. They need to. Y'all pay them. They can go over there and teach these Haitians how to.
Sure, somebody could teach them how to drive, but it sounds like you're angry about people getting pulled over.
It's getting bro. I'm getting thousands of views on these, and it's going to get bigger, and it's only going to get worse. And y'all sitting up there in these chairs, all y'all need to get out here and do something. Y'all making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Y'all need to put on the.
So this guy's whole channel that's been blown up is because of these Haitians and them him showing videos of them not assimilating, right?
T-shirt and some Crocs, and then y'all need to come out here in these streets, and y'all need to go out here and I'm out here before the police is. Like, y'all need to do something, bro. Y'all really got to stand on business. Y'all getting paid all this money just to wear a suit and sit in a chair. I think it's crazy, bro. We got to do something, bro. It's kids out here getting hurt. Like, only reason I even went on here and said something about it is because somebody told me they walking from the school and a Haitian almost ran into them. And who is getting paid? Like, how much money is y'all really getting paid? Like, to bring them?
It doesn't have anything to do with money. Oh my God, just shut the fuck. Like, if you'd have just said, hey, they need help driving, they need help understanding the rules and the processes, and they need help. But what the fuck is this? Who's getting paid this money to make them be here and not drive?
Over here, like, I know it's deeper than them. I know that's where they come from, and that's what they do. That's their country. I don't know what they got going on over there, but they can't do that over here. And if y'all just get paid from it and then y'all ain't doing nothing about it, I think that's super weird, bro. Y'all got to stand on business. Y'all got to really, like, step up. Like,
I can honestly understand ducks. Like, obviously it's not something I would do, but I grew up with ducks in a park and understand what a park is. I can understand ducks and shit like that. Like, they're just standing around. They're like, well, we eat that, and everybody, no one's claiming these ducks.
It's lame, bro. Like, for real.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so that's the video went viral. Now,
I do YouTube.
There's a YouTuber who I personally have an issue with over the way that he's handled a couple different things. One of them being the inbred West Virginia family, right? Remember, it's the guy that called out the Mark guy for being a scammer and stealing their money and all that crazy shit, Tyler Oliveira. But we're going to go over his video. Now, I'm not going to stop it every time something comes up. But not one single person has any evidence of any of this. But listen to the way they talk about these immigrants. And you tell me, are they just angry because someone's cat went missing or their cat went missing and it got ate or whatever? Is that what's really going on? Or are they spreading all of this fucking hate because they got other issues? Here we go. Listen to how fucking hateful these people are.
Don't wave at
at me, you sorry saying.
There was Haitians in a white van driving around the neighborhoods.
So it starts out with the guy saying, "Don't wave at me, you sorry fucking sand ninja," immediately. Like, this is pretty fucking bad. I can't believe he put it up like this.
Collecting cats, skinning them, and eating them.
In my opinion, they're worthless. Bunch of worthless fucking sands.
They're getting thousands of dollars in government assistance. Even the cash assistance cards, they're calling them the magic money cards because they never run out.
It's weird that some of the people that are the most upset, like really fucking hate these people, you would think that they would have some evidence of wrongdoing. They have none. None.
Managers are nothing but a headache. All they're doing is raising our rent and our taxes and wrecking vehicles.
Everybody wants to make this into a race issue. It's not a race issue. It's culture, it's accountability, and it's respect.
Since June, they took me off of, I'm a vet. They took me off of the disability.
You're a veteran.
It's stupid hard to lose VA disability. If you show up for your appointments, you show up for your thing. Like, they try to fight you all the time. You have to show up to recertify. It's hard to get permanent and total. You have to show up and recertify all the time. But I don't know if I buy this, guys. I'm a vet and they took me off my disability because of Haitians. I don't know how that would fucking work.
And you're competing with some of the resources they're getting who just came in here?
Yeah.
I need some solutions. I'm losing my mind.
This is Springfield, Ohio. What was once a small town in Ohio, home to roughly 60,000 working-class Americans, until 20,000 plus Haitian immigrants flooded into town with rumors of them eating the neighbors' cats and local geese.
What did you do? Why'd you kill the cat? Did you eat that cat?
So he shares this video, which is widely debunked. I think when you make a piece like this that could potentially harm a community, you need to be more responsible than showing it, because some people are only gonna, maybe he corrects it later on in the video, I don't know, but it seems kind of wild that he doesn't correct this immediately, because some people are only gonna watch 2 or 3 minutes of the video.
You eat it? How would you kill it?
No one's saying following them around with a there's people with phones literally fucking everywhere they exist. You don't have to follow them around. This shit would be on phones. It would be recorded. Guaranteed.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
And causing car accidents left and right, and driving locals out of their homes by paying above-market rental prices with welfare subsidized by the American taxpayer. Are these Haitians eating cats? How did they travel 2,000 plus miles from Haiti all the way to Ohio? And do the locals and their new Haitian neighbors get along? I pulled up to Springfield myself to see if this was real or overblown fake news.
A lot of this is alleged because I truly don't know what's going on, and neither does Twitter. Twitter is relying off of a few images and a few Reddit threads, and there are rumors that Haitians are taking neighbors' cats and eating them. Are you from Haiti by chance?
Yeah.
Does everyone get along here in Springfield?
Yes.
Good?
Good.
Now listen how the Haitians speak, then listen how the locals speak.
Because they're worthless. Bunch of worthless sands. Yeah.
When did the Haitian neighbors come and move here?
I'm going to say probably 5 months ago.
Okay. I spoke to a few of them in French.
They're everywhere. They're up there. Don't wave at me, you sorry sand. I tell them like it is. Man, I don't like them. I don't like them, and I want them to know I don't like them. Pack up and move back to Haitieville, where the fuck you're from.
Why did you come here to Springfield?
Springfield pour me travailler, me chercher la vie meilleure. Mais c'est haïtien.
Okay.
Raison ça que me Springfield.
To have work, to have a better life.
Do you plan on living here for much longer?
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard there.
So again, the people that are telling you, oh yeah, they eat cats. I saw a van full of, they pick up all the cats and they're eating fucking cats and they have endless expense cards and they have this, that, and the other. Do they have any other motivation to be saying these things? Look at that guy. I want them to know. Fuck them. I tell them right to their face. Well, they don't speak the same language because they would definitely beat your old ass.
There were rumors of Haitians eating the neighbor's cats and a Canadian goose. Is that true or completely false?
No.
Okay.
We're not aware of it. I didn't say this phenomenon doesn't exist, but I'm unaware of that. No.
Okay.
Maybe that person has an education problem or like a mental handicap, right?
qui veulent faire ça, même pas quoi. C'est vraiment difficile pour ça t'arriver.
Okay.
Very hard to have that happen.
A whole bunch of cats. There was a van.
Now, Meat claim one. We lost a whole bunch of cats. There's a van that just goes around and picks up all the cats. But they also claim, the claims they're going to make is that the Haitians are eating the cats. But they also claim that they have an endless food stamp card where they can buy whatever they want, whenever they want, no questions asked, and never runs out. If you had endless money for groceries, would you be eating cats?
Load of van pulled over that had over 100 cats in it with the Haitians. They said they was eating them.
Actually?
Yeah.
Not fake.
He said the police pulled over a van with over 100 cats in it, right? And that the Haitians told the police they were eating it. There's no police report of this whatsoever. Police have denied this. He just made this shit up or heard it from someone else.
News.
Not fake news.
So a van was collecting cats and eating them.
I watched it happen, yeah. Watched them get pulled over with the cats and admit to the police that they was eating them.
You're not joshing with me.
No, I'm almost 50 years old, buddy. No.
You don't mess around.
No.
Twitter's saying that
He saw it happen. I watched them tell the police we're eating those 100 cats that we have in the back of our van. They don't even speak English, so what the fuck did you hear?
Haitians are eating cats and can't drive. Is that true? True or no?
No.
No? Okay.
I believe it. Like, I've heard rumors about them taking
I believe it.
them and
I've heard rumors about, not a single person has any evidence here.
eating them, so I try to stay clear away because I've even heard about them eating the eggs over there, so I'm like, okay, that's kind of disturbing. They not.
There he is. This is your guy right here?
Yes. I try to stay clear away because I've even heard about them eating the eggs over there, so I'm like, okay, that's kind of disturbing. They not decent killing them and eating them, so I try to stay clear away because I've even heard about them eating the eggs over there, so I'm like, okay, that's kind of disturbing. They not.
The eggs of them over there. Is that what she just said?
The geese and killing them and eating them, so
Oh, I guess the geese eggs. Oh, a geese egg's like a chicken egg. You know that, right? Like, do you eat chicken eggs?
try to stay clear away because I've even heard about them eating the eggs over there, so I'm like, okay, that's kind of disturbing. They not.
There he is. This is your guy right here?
Why isn't your cat missing? There was a van picking up hundreds of cats, and your cat just made it out?
Yes.
Okay.
So far, so good. I haven't had no issues, but they kind of know us.
And are they chill?
They're all right, I guess. I don't pay no mind to them.
You know, and they're everywhere. They take our fucking apartments. The landlords make the people move out so they can rent to the Haitians to get more money. You know, it's bullshit. You know, you go to the grocery store.
Well, that's illegal. You could go to court for that, right? They can't kick you out to raise your rent for somewhere else.
There's no fucking groceries. You know, they give them $3,000 a fucking month plus food stamps. I'm an American, just like you. Yeah. And these motherfuckers come from Haiti.
So that it seems like they do have some type of from this program that these people are in. They do have some type of supplemental to where they get like a little bit the first time and then it weans them off within a few months. They only get a few months of benefits through food stamps.
Haitianville, wherever the they're from, and they get everything. They get medical care paid and everything. You know, it's bull.
Where do they get the money?
The government. They said it's a fucking program for them to.
For like migrants, like asylum seekers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're like roaches, man.
Yeah, I get along with them as long as I
They're like roaches, man.
Crazy machetes when they're out mowing their grass with it.
Have they brought out machetes?
Oh yeah, that's how they trim their yard. They
actually.
Yeah, it surprised me they let them all in, but I think that if they're going to come in, they should be legal and not illegal. And I don't see why they're giving them all this money and everything like that when our people are the ones suffering for all this. For them.
Our people. Got it.
I'm getting ready to be homeless. They're getting ready to sell my house. Because
I've heard duck eggs are really good. Something about the fat or the thickness. I don't know. Duck eggs are really good for cakes and confectionery.
The Haitians.
Do you think a Haitian will move in?
Yeah, they're coming Wednesday to look at it.
Actually?
Yeah, and when they buy this house, we'll both be out here on the streets. We ain't got nowhere to go. We're going to fix the income.
So do you think he would have any other reason to down these? Do you think the first two guys would have any other reason to down these immigrants?
Haitians paying rent? Are they paying their bills? Are they being paid to live here?
They're being paid to live here. I don't see why they'd have to pay rent if they're being paid to be here.
Who's paying them?
The government. Okay. And that's our biggest issue too, is they're taking our schools over and they're running the Americans out of our own countries, it feels like.
This country has gone to hell. 12 motherfuckers live there, and there's another 7 or 8 lives right here in this corner house. And 4 of them just moved in here. They ain't in there.
Do you think you'll sell the house to a Haitian family one day?
Hell no. I wouldn't give them motherfuckers to sweat off my balls if he's dying of thirst. I'm for real, man. I am fucking sick of them. You know, I don't give a fuck. They put Haitian in every fucking house.
I get it. Yeah, I'm laughing at your jokes. I get it. Fuck Tyler. dude. Fuck Tyler. To let him say shit like this, then laugh at him, and then be like, I get it, I sympathize with you. I think he came here to make a hit piece, right? He can barely communicate with one group of people, and the other group of people, he's just letting them run wild and say whatever the fuck they want.
I'll be the only white person here.
Twitter is saying that Haitians are kidnapping the neighbors' cats and eating them. Is that true or false? I gotta ask the hard questions here. No. Why is everyone coming here?
Haitians come here to work but not to eat cats because we don't eat cats. I don't even think that's a big thing. If we need meat to eat meat, we go to the grocery store and buy it. I don't even think that's a big thing in like Haiti. We go to Walmart, we buy, but eating cats, Haitians don't do that.
Haiti. Barbecue? Civil war? Like Okay, so just family and friends told him to come here to Springfield? Could you ask him that?
Yeah, his friend.
I see. Okay, merci. Okay.
I don't eat cat.
Okay, she clarified, I don't need cat.
See how that trash can is right there?
I mean, like, I understand, like, you can do this kind of respectfully, but laughing at them when this guy's calling them sand ninjas and cussing them out and saying fucking horrible things about it and then saying, I get it. I don't think that's the way to handle it.
Right there, yep.
Okay, every Haitian house you go around, it's honestly filled to the brim. There's trash that leaks out onto the corner everywhere, but we're expected to live clean environment. Sure. And then
yeah, it looks like a clean environment. Everybody has a trash can running over sometimes. What the fuck are y'all talking about? It looks like a clean environment with your camping chairs on your front porch and no goddamn curtains up in your fucking window.
On top of that, with the rise of immigrants and they get assisted living freely, it makes it harder for people like me or somebody else who doesn't get assisted living to find affordable housing.
Are they
We're supposed to live cleanly because we're the Americans and they get to do their trash wherever.
I mean, the housing costs up around here?
Yeah, like nobody.
Big time?
Yeah, like.
What are we talking?
Okay. Honestly, in my opinion, it'll be a surprise if I don't get kicked out so they can boost up the rate on this place. They'll probably fix it.
I see.
Get it where it's looking better and boost the rate up on it. They pay $1,200 a month.
How much money does the government give you per month?
Elon Musk was one of the motherfuckers that was sharing while they were going through this like fucking uprising and civil war and the government cracked down and shit and these people were fucking suffering. Elon Musk was putting out a bunch of the shit about how a bunch of them are cannibals. I don't know. It was really shitty. Like, have you seen the pictures from Haiti? Like fucking people running from fires and riot shields and rubber bullets and real bullets and like who the fuck wants to live there?
Better and boost the rate up on it. They pay $1,200 a month.
How much money does the government give you per month?
The first time $500, second time $300.
¿Cuántos Haitians vive aquí?
And then no more.
In las 2 años.
No tengo un mensual, pero yo nuevo por ahí.
Okay. ¿De dónde eres?
En Haití.
Haití?
Sí.
¿Cuántos meses vive aquí?
Tengo 2 meses.
¿Dos?
Sí.
Did anyone tell you to come here to Springfield, Ohio?
Sí.
Did a friend tell you to come move here for a job? How did you learn about Springfield?
Yo tengo mi padres por ahí.
Okay.
He lives with his
How much
parents.
is it to rent an apartment here in Springfield? How much do you pay for rent?
Pero todavía yo no pagué, pero yo vivo con mi padre, mensual cada mes 700.
Is anyone eating cats out here?
No.
Okay. Falso.
Falso.
Falso información. Okay. Do you know many other Haitians here?
Yes.
Yeah. Big community?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
And why are so many Haitians coming here to Springfield in particular?
Puis là, Haïtien vini sit lan, c'est parce que yo di sit lan gen job Haïtien, depuis vini l'autre travail, ça vient permettre que gen l'autre Haïtien qui vini. C'est raison ça qui fait puis Haïtien vini ici.
Okay.
Right. So one group gets settled there, and then when they speak to their family, friends, whatever, they say, "Hey, well, we got jobs here. It's a nice place. It's like." Comparing to the country they left, you could basically put them in any American city and they'd be like, this is the best place on earth, right?
Thank you. Also, if you want to support our boots on the ground, independent journalism that is not bought and paid for by corporate interests, along with uncensored early access to all my videos before they go up on YouTube, and exclusive DLC content that YouTube won't let me upload, go subscribe at patreon.com/Tyler Oliveira for less than $5 a month.
How long have you lived here? How much money does the government give you per month?
Avant, oui, maintenant non. Non, avant, il était bon pour le moment non.
How much
2 years. I think so he said.
Patreon.com/Tyler Oliveira for less than $5 a month.
How long have you lived here? How much money does the government give you per month?
Avant, oui, maintenant non. Non, avant.
Right, they get assistance when they first get there to get started, and then they cut them off. No, they have a magic spending card where they can buy whatever they want. Wait till you meet this hateful fat bitch who can't get a job.
Is it true that the Haitians are eating the neighbor's cats?
Oh.
No? Information falso?
Ouais, on va connaître ça.
Okay. Do they not collect the trash?
Chaque lundi, il ramasse le facteur.
Okay. Why did you leave Haiti?
Non, on m'a cherché la vie, on va venir ici direct, chercher la vie pour ça venir ici.
Okay. Merci beaucoup. Okay. All right, bye-bye. We got a cat right there, unaffected. He's chilling, not eating.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you don't think he would pounce on that cat right there? This fat bitch is who I was talking about. Listen how fucking hateful she is. Obviously because she's bitter because she doesn't have a fucking job and she's homeless and bouncing around from couch to couch. She's just a hateful bitch. I'm telling you, they've got motivation. None of these people saw it. Well, that one guy claimed he saw it. None of these people have any proof. None of these people can prove fucking anything. But they're more than willing to repeat it. Why? Because it hurts that community that they're fucking struggling against. Instead of saying, we're all fucking struggling, let's come together. You're here now, you know, we got to do something. Instead, it's us versus them. It's exactly what Donald Trump preaches. They're the people causing your problems. They're taking black jobs. They're the reason that you're suffering. They're the reason you can't get ahead.
Can't even take care of the American citizens before they're bringing in waves and waves of immigrants. And then look at it. There's so many people, veterans, mostly white people that are homeless, living on the streets, has nothing to eat. But these people have brand new houses, brand new cars. I'm having a hell of a time finding.
I guarantee you. So this is something we often see when people say, well, there's so many immigrants, they're taking our jobs. Most employers are paying them the same wage they would pay an American, which they're super fucking grateful for, okay? But again and again and again and again and again and again and again, when we ask the employers, it's because they show up. They work their fucking ass off. It's not because the government made them do it or because they're paying them under the table or they're paying them $3 an hour and nobody's saying anything. It's because they'll work their fucking ass off and none of these other fat, lazy motherfuckers will show up and work a job. This bitch hasn't had a job in 10 years. She's blaming the Haitians that come in a couple months ago.
Ridiculous. They can't even take care of the American citizens before they're bringing in waves and waves of immigrants. And then look at it. There's so many people, veterans, mostly white people that are homeless, living on the streets, has nothing to eat. But these people have brand new houses, brand new cars. I'm having a hell of a time finding a job because they want the Haitian. They're getting thousands of dollars in government assistance. I worked retail before I lost my job back in April. When I do transactions, I can see what comes across on certain cards. I'm not trying to be nosy. I don't want to know what you get. But when a Haitian comes through...
There's a bunch of work opportunity tax credit. That's what it's called. WOTC. It's work opportunity tax credit. And it's for a bunch of stuff. Qualified veterans, ex-felons, vocational rehabilitation, certain immigrant and immigrant statuses. But it doesn't matter. Who the fuck would give a tax break if their country's failing because the Haitians are fucking lazy, don't show up and eat cats on lunch? You would still hire fucking white people if that was the issue. The problem is you're getting out fucking worked.
And spends $500 in food stamps.
Long-term family assistance recipients. So if they've been on some type of federal or state assistance for more than, I think it's 6 months in most places, then you can get so if they've been on food stamps or WIC or whatever for more than 6 months, you get a huge tax break. Well, it's not huge. You get a tax break. There's a bunch of different, they call them target groups.
Still has $5,000 on their food assistance card.
$5,000?
$5,000. Would you like to know what the Haitians are calling the food assistance card?
So she claims that she did have a job in a grocery store and she can see their balance. That's not the way it works in Tennessee. It's on the receipt. but they're not supposed to be like going through your shit. But she can see the balance, and there's $5,000 left on it. Bullshit. The max they were getting was $500. So you're telling me they didn't spend any for at least 10 fucking months, but they don't get it but for a couple months. I think it's like 3 or 4 months that they get the assistance. It's three months. Is that what I looked up earlier? I can't remember. I had to go through my history.
Brand new cars. I'm having a hell of a time finding a job because they want the Haitian. They're American citizens before they're bringing in waves and waves of immigrants. And then look at it. There's so many people, veterans, mostly white people that are homeless, living on the
Veterans, mostly white people that are homeless.
streets, has nothing to eat. But these people have brand new houses, brand new cars.
Have you seen a brand new house or a brand new car yet? It seems like all the houses were about the same in the community that we went through, and the cars are just older cars. I think she's just a bitter fucking cunt, dude. And that's why it benefits her to say, yes, they're eating cats. Yes, they are. They're horrible. We need to get them out of here so I can be fat and lazy at work.
I'm having a hell of a time finding a job because they want the Haitian. They're getting thousands of dollars in government assistance. I worked retail before I lost my job back in April. When I do transactions, I can see what comes across on certain cards. I'm not trying to be nosy. I don't want to know what you get. But when a Haitian comes through and spends $500 in food stamps and still has $5,000 on their food assistance card.
$5,000?
$5,000. Would you like to know what the Haitians are calling the food assistance cards? Or
Tell me.
Even the cash assistance cards. They're calling them the magic money cards because they never run out. I'm homeless. I'm jobless.
They're calling them the magic money cards because they never run out. That's not a plan anywhere for any immigrant. But could you imagine fleeing a country with nothing but the clothes on your back and maybe a backpack, right? Getting here, not even knowing anything about the country whatsoever. Someone says, hey, well, we're all going to this town in Ohio, and you got like a fucking 2 weeks to get there as cheaply as possible. You fucking get there, and then what, you're supposed to just survive for the first couple of months?
I'm sleeping on friends' couches because I can't get government assistance because I come from the wrong country, apparently.
Y'all get along out here or what?
We don't socialize it.
So they typically immigrants are hard workers. They're also not afraid to fucking live in like low standard shit that most people would turn down. They're not afraid to do low standard jobs that most people wouldn't do. That's the jobs they typically take, are jobs that Americans won't do. And a lot of times they're willing to swallow their pride and live with somebody else and help pay the rent and pay the bills until they can get out on their own.
Not much. I mean, they walk up and down the street, they do their little thing. That's it, you know.
Yeah. How long lived out here in Springfield?
Oh, I've lived in Springfield all my life, and I'll be 60 in 2 weeks.
When did all the Haitians come in?
About 5 years ago, maybe. Okay. And when they packed, they hit this neighborhood hard.
Why?
Outrageous rent. They went through, they painted them, cleaned them up a little bit, and rent them to them, and they pay the rent.
I heard on Twitter that
the maximum tax credit you can get for hiring a person from one of the target groups, I think, is like $2,200 or something like that. The $2,200 tax credit, which is nothing if you're running a company that fucking sells shit or does large jobs. Hell, that's nothing for a fucking lawn mowing business.
You're getting kidnapped? Is that true?
Yes, my mom actually.
5 years ago.
I've actually seen a post on Facebook. There was Haitians in a white van driving around the neighborhoods, collecting cats,
for what?
Skinning them and eating them. Snyder Park, our actual park. If a Haitian is caught walking the grounds down there, they can get arrested because they're going down there and they're killing the Canadian geese so they can take them home and eat them.
My mom saw a Facebook post. Yes, it's all true. They're banned from the park because they eating all our geese. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Wouldn't be surprised though, because we used to have a lot of cats around here, and especially down here at the end of the street, that lady had probably 50 of them. Now she's lucky to have 5. And the geese down at the park,
I don't see as many cats. I guess the Haitians are eating them.
they're declining, so I don't know if they're eating them too. I guess it's supposed to be their natural habitat or something, or whatever.
Yeah. Do you think this could come to another American town near you?
This come everywhere, man.
Yeah. Is the future of America?
I hate to say it, but probably so. The Mexicans take it up for the blacks, and the blacks taking it up for the Mexicans is odd.
Interesting.
My country's going to hell. I can't wait till Trump gets back in there.
90% of the auto accidents are Haitian involved.
Okay.
And I've almost gotten hit by several of them walking because I walk a lot, and they're going the wrong way down one-way streets. Like,
where do you think she got that? Where do you think she got that statistic from? 90% of all traffic incidents are Haitian involved. What do you think? You think she just made that shit up? Her mom's Facebook page?
And they think they own the streets. And when they got chased out, he hit the curb. When they got chased out...
Yeah, you're not supposed to say Canadian goose or Canadian geese. You're supposed to say Canada goose or Canada geese. but I always do it wrong too. It's like I don't know if it's a Southern thing or whatever, but I always say it wrong too.
We heard one of them say it, and it was actually in English.
Look at them, just blast it off. What the fuck?
And when they got
Look how horrible this accident is. This Haitian gets involved in right here. Look at this. This is crazy. I can't believe he drove away from this. If that was an American, he'd have got out and repaved their driveway.
He hit the curb. When they got chased out, she heard one of them say it, and it was actually in English.
Look at them.
He's turning around, guys. He just blasted off. Look at him. Look at him. He can't drive. He's blasted. You mean he drove over that fucking 1-inch fucking hump that's made to be drove over and then busted a U-turn? He's blasting off. Look at it. Look at him.
They've knocked down my grandmother's fence.
Yeah. That brick wall back there, they've broken into it. They've hit cars around here. I mean, they cannot drive. Whoever's giving them driver's license ought to have theirs taken on.
But look, every time a country moves into another country, talk about we're taking over, that shit leads to war.
100%.
Like when you have the old black dude siding with the old white redneck, and they're talking about joining teams, that's when you know everything is going to go downhill, and it's going to go downhill
Keep it
quick.
real. We all know about the neo-Nazis just a couple weeks ago being down. And I ain't saying that's right.
So that was the blood whatever group they are.
Right, and I ain't saying it's wrong, but look, let's think about it. I'm 36 years old.
And then the leader of that group showed up to a town hall meeting and made some inflammatory comments, I guess. Inflammatory? That doesn't sound right. That sounds like a medical thing. Made some pretty wild comments.
And in 36 years, that's the first time I've ever seen the neo-Nazis rally in our city.
My mom was telling me she was coming home the other night and seeing a carload of Klan members.
Oh, yeah.
Klan members.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's just full on.
My mom's Facebook said she saw a carload of Klan members.
War going down right now.
That's what it's coming to.
Okay.
And it's all going to be against the same people.
Yo quiero hablar contigo sobre
Of course they want. They're just like, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. It's all going to be against the same people. We got the Nazis here. We got the Klan members, and they're going to go after the same people. They're tired of it. What are you agreeing with?
Neo-Nazis just a couple weeks ago being down. And I ain't saying that's right, and I ain't saying it's wrong. But look, let's think about it. I'm 36 years old, and in 36 years, that's the first time I've ever seen the neo-Nazis rally in our city.
My mom was telling me she was coming home the other night and seeing a carload of Klan members.
Klan members.
Yes.
That's just full on war going down right now.
That's what it's coming to.
Okay.
And it's all going to be against the same people.
Yo quiero hablar contigo sobre migración de muchas Haitians a Springfield. ¿Sí posible?
Sí.
¿De dónde eres?
Haití.
Haití. Okay. ¿Cuántos meses vive aquí?
Un mes.
¿Qué es la razón que vive aquí?
No, yo no vivo por acá. Yo tengo sobrino que vive ahí. Lo vengo a visitar.
¿Visitan? ¿Cuántos dólares tú recibes cada mes del gobierno?
I mean, would you honestly want to be questioned like this, knowing that all these rumors are going on around, and he's asking you if you eat fucking cats, you can't drive, why is there so much trash in front of your, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to be.
Yo tengo el proceso, pero no me manda todavía. Estoy aquí.
¿Nada? Nada. ¿Cómo es posible que vive en las casas con nada de dinero?
Aquí yo no sabe nada. Yo vengo a visitar a una persona. Yo no vivo para acá.
Ok, ¿por qué tú manejas el coche con mucho rápido?
No fui yo que estaba manejando.
Mucho rápido en esa street.
No, estaba manejando mi primo.
Ok. ¿Es cierto que personas comen los gatos o no?
No sé.
No, ok, lo siento. Gracias por tu tiempo. I'm trying to interview locals out here and hear their thoughts about the Haitians that moved in.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I lived here for 24 years. I lived in LA for 30.
So some of them do. Some of them speak Spanish. A lot of them are bilingual, which is sad. But yeah, he speaks Spanish to some of them, French to others. It just depends.
8 years.
Got it.
It is causing probably some problems. I personally noticed it because it took me months on end to find an apartment to live in.
Sure. The available housing supply has gone down and the prices have gone up, or what?
I'm not 100% sure about the prices going up. I mean, I hear rumors that there's landlords ripping off some of the Haitian people, you know, like trying to put multiple families in a house and charging them too much money. I don't know if that's true. It's just stuff I've heard. But yeah, it has affected the market because, you know, like I said, I couldn't even get anybody to call me back for months. Couldn't tell you. I haven't had any problems with anybody. I can tell you that. Again, no cat eating.
How you doing, sir?
No cat eating.
Come on.
The only fucking like level-headed goddamn interview he's gonna have this whole fucking time with a white person was that guy, and he said no cat eating. I haven't had a problem with anybody. I know that the supply of like rentals is pretty bad. It took me a while to find a rental house. Oh, the prices are so expensive. No, not the prices. Unless somebody's just ripping somebody off, but there's just not a lot available. That's everywhere. You wouldn't believe how many people on my Facebook pages are begging for like rental properties, places to live and shit. It's fucking everywhere.
this.
Yeah.
You'd be a great person to talk to.
Yeah,
then.
for sure.
We've heard a lot of the Haitians that have moved here recently come here often.
Yeah.
What's
wow.
going on here in Springfield?
There's just like an influx of the population in the Haitian community. I mean, they're protected status here, so they're just like, I mean, obviously I've filled up the town with it, and yeah, that's where we're at right now.
Okay,
pretty
so
much.
you own this laundromat?
Yeah, so my dad owns this laundromat. I own the sneaker store next to it, so I run both things right now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Are your customers primarily Haitian? What's the split?
Before, I would say the last like 2-3 years, I mean, primarily whoever was in town, but yeah, there's a huge influx in the Haitian community. That's like primarily our like customers like nowadays. So yeah, I will say there's 100% a divide in our town. Thing is, like, I just hope that whatever you guys do cover, something good comes out of it, right? Like the next.
It's not. It's not. It's become a right-wing fucking talking point, and that's it. Everybody that supports Trump is sharing your video again and again and again and again, saying, see, this fat girl said they're eating cats by the van load.
5 to 6 years, hopefully there's some sort of unity between everybody. Hopefully there's some sort of change. That's the biggest thing, like, I feel like you guys should cover, just some sort of, like, way to bring people together. This is the guy you want to talk to.
How you doing, man? We're filming a YouTube video. We're trying to see what's going on.
The Canada goose is a common name for the species Branta canadensis. It is grammatically correct to call this bird a Canada goose, and not correct to call it a Canadian goose. A Canadian goose could be any goose from Canada, but geese do not have formal citizenship. Canadian geese, that is geese from Canada, include these species, and it shows all of them. But if you're using it as a descriptor to describe the type of goose, it's Canada. If you're using it to talk about a goose that is in Canada, then it's Canadian.
On here.
This a guy.
Wait, you running for mayor? Yeah, I'm I tried to find you. I know who you are.
So out of pure luck, I met up with Anthony Harris, the guy who went viral for giving this speech at Springfield's town hall.
There he is. There's our boy.
These Haitians are running into trash cans. They're running into buildings. They flipping cars in the middle of the street. They're in the park grabbing up ducks.
Prove that was any wreck whatsoever. Like, just because you show a car flipping over, where's the proof? This guy stands to do nothing but benefit. He had an unknown YouTube channel, and now he gets thousands of views showing the Haitians taking over Springfield.
By their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them like.
And who's been going live on Facebook documenting the constant car crashes from the new Haitian drivers. We headed to the BMV.
Hold on, that was a white person. Is that not a white person right there in that car? Another probably Latino person. Doesn't look very dark.
Car crashes from the new Haitian drivers. We headed to the BMV to see how the Haitians are getting driver's licenses in cars so quickly after moving here despite speaking zero English.
Question for y'all. What are your thoughts on
Well, even at my DMV, you can pick the language you want to take the test in, and there's a shit ton of them.
Haitians? They can't drive? This guy right here, my Haitian dude. Yo, bonjour.
We got a cat right beside him.
Yeah.
Stop! Do not. Stop, bro. Stop. Do not.
You said that shit, not me. You take that back. I did shit.
I tell you that, bro. Come on, bro. You know, we be playing, bro. There's nothing wrong with some jokes.
Let's go see what's up. How y'all doing? Question for you. Do you know how the Haitians are getting driver's license? Can they transfer their license from Haiti, or?
No, they cannot.
Do they have to undergo the same test?
I'm not allowed to answer the personal questions outside of the office.
Well, okay. You know what they have to do?
I do.
You're making these people nervous, dude. You make them seem like they're under investigation. You stick a camera and shit in their face.
No, I really don't know. No, but I know they're getting them quick.
They're getting them quick, right? We ask.
You are not allowed to take pictures in here, sir.
In the, go outside? Sorry. Are they able to transfer their licenses from Haiti to here?
No, not without taking the test. But that's the only question I can answer. I can't answer anything else.
Do you know how the Haitians are getting their driver's license so fast?
I do not.
Okay. All right, that's all I got for you.
I wish I knew.
Are they driving pretty good out here or what?
No.
No?
I do not put their car in.
Why is that, do you think?
They don't know how to drive in general.
Okay.
Like I see them driving over there, trying to learn how to drive, but I don't know if they think they have to drive at all.
Okay.
I don't even think they should have a license. No lights on their.
Most of them probably didn't drive when they came from Haiti. So imagine your small town just gets like 10,000 new fucking 16-year-olds, right? Yeah, there's going to be accidents and shit, sure. But is it like they're out here murdering people with their vehicles? No. Obviously, they're learning to drive, guys. I'm with shitty drivers all goddamn day. People almost hit me. People pull out in front of me. People do retarded shit and don't signal, don't do their things. Like, Americans are not great drivers either.
We driving around and nothing.
You think it poses a threat to public safety?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Man, they're nothing but a headache. All they're doing is raising our rent and our taxes and wrecking vehicles, and there's just been nothing but a hassle since they've been here. It's been horrible.
How would you rank their driving from 1 to 10?
A negative 10. They're horrible.
Do you have to take a driving test here? Oui?
Habla español.
Español, sí. ¿Cómo es posible que recibir tu licencia muy rápido?
No, es que por ahora no sé, es que lo que necesito viene acá para preguntar por la información.
Okay. Okay, all right. Gracias.
Oh, with more confusion gained than answers,
So he doesn't even have his license. He was going in there to ask about getting it.
explaining how these Haitians are passing the driver's tests, I headed down to the Springfield Welfare Center where Haitians are apparently clogging the lines for locals, exhausting the town's resources, and overwhelming the employees.
Question.
That's their resource. What? Exhausting the town's resources for the whiteys? That's their resource. They live in that town now.
Where are you guys from?
There could definitely be smoother integration, for sure. But to make them out like they're fucking evil people or keeping you from getting yours or doing your thing is just a lie. If you qualify for food stamps, you're going to qualify for food stamps whether there's a Haitian behind you or in front of you or not. It's an income thing. What the fuck are you talking about?
Haiti? Haiti? Okay. How many Haitians do you think will come out here in line today? That's what we're trying to...
I'll say 80% of the people that come out here will be Haitian.
Okay. How long have you been here in Springfield?
I've been here for 7 years now. What takes so long is because they've got only 2 lines that they serve people in there, sometimes 3. And on all 3 of those, they got interpreters for each one, right? When it'll go a lot faster if you had 1 line for people that like couldn't, speak English that well, and then have another line for people that can go through the line faster, because a lot of times they'll have paperwork with them and stuff, they won't have it in order.
We tried the split line for a while. It ended up being less efficient for everybody.
They tried that. Less efficient for everybody.
Is this about as long as it gets these days?
This is a normal Monday. Yeah, we've had worse. But
Francois? English? No.
Standing in line.
They do a lot more online. I don't know. All I can tell you is about Tennessee. Tennessee's the same thing. You have to take a written exam to get your permit. You have to have your parents sign that you had so many hours of driving with a permit with an adult in the car, and then you take a driving test with an instructor.
30 minutes, they might only serve 4 or 5 people.
Got it. How many people do you think will come here this Monday?
This Monday? Yeah. I'm telling you, out of this Monday, I figure at least they might see 5, honey.
What do you think the split is between new Haitians that have come in here and Springfieldian OGs, if you will?
I don't know too much about all.
Observationally, what have you seen?
9 to 1 easy.
Like, I'm just here because I'm just trying to get them to clear a medical car.
Are the systems stressed right now in Springfield? Can they handle the amount of people coming in?
No, they really can't. I've been trying to get just a simple Medicaid card since June. They took me off I'm a vet. They took me off of the disability and made me start paying for my own disability. And I don't know why they took me off, so I had to give them.
They took me off the disability and made me start paying for my own disability.
Proof of income and disabilities and stuff. I gave them all that. They still ain't did nothing.
So you're a veteran and you're...
To say that this is something malicious or these people are doing something on purpose or starting these horrible rumors about them, they're refugees, guys. Jesus fucking Christ.
Competing with some of the resources they're getting and just came in here?
Yeah. This America. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm saying that the things the hoops they make us jump.
You're not competing for shit. You're not competing. If you make less than, let's say, $30,000, you qualify for food stamps as a single person. I don't know what it is, $24,000, whatever it is. It doesn't matter if there's a Haitian in front of you and behind you and they both get approved. If you qualify, you fucking qualify.
Can have you turn on each other in a sense or say negative things. I don't have anything that's negative to say or bad to say about anybody Haitian. Know what I mean?
Do you think the town's taking care of their local residents that were here first and foremost?
Oh no, hell no.
Well, thanks for your service.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Good luck in line.
Like, and the thing is, there's people on Twitter and Instagram that don't think it's real. Like, don't think none of this
we
shit
just saw it in real time.
They're like, none of that shit's real that you're saying. There's no way they brought 20,000 people.
English? No English? Okay. That's crazy. If you're local trying to get your Medicaid, your welfare benefits, etc., you're waiting 2 hours now. Crazy?
Crazy as fuck.
We're 6 minutes away from this woman's house. This woman has stated that people are throwing mattresses on her joint. She is not expecting us. I am just going to show up and knock on her door and see what happens. Hi there. I saw your speech at the city council, and I was wondering if I could interview you. You know what? I've seen a video of a guy getting a Canadian goose, a Haitian dude, and I have rumors of Haitians taking cats. Tell me what's going on here.
I'm cat lady, as you can tell.
You have a lot of cats.
Yeah, I have a lot of cats. The goose story, I believe, originated in Columbus. I have not seen it here.
And just for context, you are surrounded, this entire community, mostly Haitians now?
Yeah, I believe we're looking at probably about 50% is what I'm saying. But I'm worried. My town is going to pot. Everybody wants to make this into a race issue. It's not a race issue. It's culture, it's accountability, and it's respect. And that's the things that I'm not seeing. And the women in this country have fought long and hard for the rights that they have been afforded. And these men in this culture treat their women very badly, and I watch it firsthand. Come on, give me a break. Start acting like you got some sense. The driving of the vehicles is a main sticking point. Haitian men came down with probably a queen-size mattress and threw it in the front yard. It didn't go very well. I tried to explain. I tried to be nice. Didn't go very well. So
And you explained in English?
Yes, I had to drop the F-bomb and told them take it and go. So they went down the street and ended up at that house right there.
Got it.
So they've thrown trash in the yard as they walk by. I'm done. I'm tired of dealing with the disrespect. I've never been so disrespected in my life, and my ex-husband has never disrespected me like this. They're not prosecuting for the property crimes, and it's a big mess, and we need some help. I want my city back. I want my people happy, and this is my town. I want to take it back.
Do you think the Haitians here are trying to assimilate to the culture in the town you grew up in?
No, I don't see it. If it is, more power to him. But there's a language barrier. I get it. Okay, but when they are paroled here on the I-94, they get 8 months of English lessons, the first 8 months. Okay. If they're not taking advantage of that, then why should we, the taxpayer, have to turn around and have our services overwhelmed? They're saying 20,000, and I am saying between 35 and 40 with the birth rates and the things that I see going on. So I don't know who's to blame. I don't know whose door to start kicking in. Mike DeWine, if you see this, Mike DeWine, get a hold of me. I really would like to have a word with you, and I promise I won't yell at. Somebody get a hold of me. I don't care who, get a hold of me. I need some solutions. I'm losing my mind.
Seems like they have some ulterior motives to spread they're eating cats, doesn't it? Doesn't it seem like that's what's going on? At least to me it does. Yeah, it seems like they're probably leaning heavily one way, and using that again and again and again to vent their frustration with the fact that they can't hold down a job, or they can't work, or they don't have a house, or my mom saw it on Facebook. What the fuck that means? My mom saw a van on Facebook. They're picking them all up. They're picking up every cat.
Every day I wake up and I hope you're dead.
Was that just from people tagging Militia Williams? They might have to fix that. Anyways, that's what's going on. The right is trying very hard to distance themselves from what's going on with Trump. It is he had a pretty bad debate performance, and people were calling him out. Even people that are I wouldn't say sycophants because they're calling him out, but ardent supporters of his. Trump Media and Technology Group is not doing so well. Literally the Trump stock not doing great. It'll load. Come on, you piece of shit. Literally the Trump stock not doing great. Seems to be struggling. The actual Trump stock. Let's see, 5 days. Damn. Damn. So it like fell off a fucking cliff today when the markets opened. Damn. Trump stock is down, but don't worry. He's winning all the Twitter polls. He's winning all the Twitter polls that Elon Musk does for him. So this was the start of business today. Yesterday was all of this, and start of business today. Boom. At 4:10 a.m. this morning. It lost $3 on a $16 stock. Damn. Damn. So don't invest in Trump stock, I guess. Don't invest in Trump stock. Trump saying he won. It could have been the best debate performance he's ever had. Actually, let's grab some of those videos. Phil is saying because Kamala Harris... So Phil is telling his audience that Trump basically destroyed Kamala Harris. There's no way. She was unprepared. She's destroyed. And the reason that... she's asking for a second debate is because she lost so badly. He's just repeating that talking point. And his audience is like, I don't know about any of that. I don't know about any of that. But they're being muted for being unpatriotic and un-Trump supporting. They don't worship Trump. I triggered some guy so badly today by saying, yeah, you worship Trump. Like, I made a post. He come to hop on my post to link a bunch of fake articles, to not even check the date on one article, and saying that the governor is sending police and aid to Springfield because of the debate. He made this announcement like a couple hours before the debate even started. And then I was like, well, Trump's your God. That he said, fuck you. He told me originally he wasn't going anywhere, that if I wanted him gone, I'd have to block him. He's standing up for the little guy because I'm so vicious in my attacking him. All I said was he worshiped Trump. And he's like, fuck you, and then blocked me. So...
When you have to show up post-debate and spin for yourself, you know things probably didn't go quite to plan. President Trump, did you win the debate tonight?
Well, the polls say 92% to 7. I think we did great.
Did you feel
92% to 7? That's what the polls say.
I felt I won by a lot.
Did she get you rattled?
No, not at all.
You seemed a bit rattled. He claims he wasn't, yet it was clear the vice...
The polls say exactly the opposite, that she won somewhere between, like 55, 60% to Trump's the remainder.
President's plan was to do just that from the moment she boldly strode right over to him last night.
Kamala Harris, subject bait.
He did not come halfway. She went above and beyond to start this handshake.
Thank you.
Let's have a good debate, she said, eyeing the man she'd never before stood face-to-face with until now, and he got off to a good start.
Everything that she believed 3 years ago and 4 years ago is out the window.
Let me tell you about this bitch on Facebook, okay? Let me tell you about two bitches on Facebook. One of them owns a local music store here, Honeycut Music, and I'll show you the post. He owns a music store here, and he posted that Trump destroyed Kamala Harris on the first question. It's over. It's over with. It's done. It's over. There's no recovering. It's over. So then, of course, people got on there and it's like, I think Kamala won. I think Kamala won. Immediately, he's like, did I ask for your fucking opinion? Get the fuck off my page. So I was like, haha, you heard the man. Get the fuck off his page. You're not allowed to disagree with him. And then I put that on like 2 different comments that he told the same thing to. And so he sends me a message. Is like, do you need something? Tampon Tim has a public page you can go chat on. But I don't think he realized that he made a public post on his public page. You think your page is fucking private, you retard? I wouldn't be able to see it. So then I sent a message to his shop, to a Honeycut Music, and I was like, you better ban me here quick. Can't have anybody disagreeing with you, and you being a whiny little bitch. He blocked me there too. So I said, this guy makes a public post about politics, then tells anyone who even slightly disagrees with him, get off my page. I point out how funny this is in the comments. Then I get the special little love letter and get blocked before anyone can hurt his feelings with a response. How fucking weak can you actually be? And then I've got this other guy. Let me show you this other guy. There was literally a guy on my Facebook that I follow that is here locally, that I'm friends with him. Last night he was praying that God's hand would be on the competitors in the debate and that a true winner would come forward. And then today he's saying that the fucking Democrats fucking cheated. They probably got the answers early and that it was all set up and rigged and the moderators were attacking Trump. But it sounds like God just hates Trump and picked Kamala as the winner. Woman who made a career singing about her bad choices endorses Kamala. Ah, you got him. Got him. Listen to J.D. Vance before we go back to Bill Gaines. Listen to J.D. Vance try to describe Donald Trump here.
We admire Taylor Swift's music, but I don't think most Americans, whether they like her music or fans of hers or not, are going to influence
closely.
A billionaire celebrity who I think is fundamentally disconnected from the interests.
A billionaire celebrity who's fundamentally disconnected from the interest of the American people. Who does that sound like? I don't think you should take endorsements from celebrities either and make it change your vote. But who sounds like a billionaire celebrity who's out of touch with the interests of the American people?
Look, we admire Taylor Swift's music, but I don't think most Americans, whether they like her music or fans of hers or not, are going to be influenced by a billionaire celebrity who I think is fundamentally disconnected from the interests and the problems of most Americans. Look,
That's Trump to a fucking T, dude. That's Trump. All right, let's go back to Bill Gaines here. I don't need to see the debate. I've been to the grocery store, the gas station, paid electric bills, car insurance, etc. for the last 7 years. I know the difference, and you do too. The debate is over. That's from the Leslie County Republican Party. ABC News fact-checked Trump 7 times, never fact-checked Kamala once. Well, she didn't come on here saying these crazy fucking lies. Like you can murder a baby after it's born in Democrat states. And Trump said it was West Virginia once, then Virginia next. He didn't fucking say these she didn't say these crazy things. I'm voting for Donald J. Trump. How about you? It is 9/11. Have you forgotten? Kamala Harris will never be my president, just like Biden and just like Obama. By the way, this guy posted in 2016 that Trump is still your president. He can't not be your president if you're an American. He can't not. Whatever. They have destroyed our country, and the worst is yet to come if she is elected. Kamala Harris lies on lies on lies. Make America great again. Make America pray again. So they're going to, I guess, forced to pray. Christians and conservatives, if you love America, you need to double down. Evil is making us play for all the marbles. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but underneath are ravenous wolves. By their fruits you will know them. Still waiting for details on those 3 encrypted accounts. Oh, he deleted the one where he's like, let's pray for the debate that God will show us a winner. The mainstream news is doubling down on supporting Kamala and bashing Trump. That is the only news many hear. You need to stand up and speak up and tell your friends the truth. While he shares crazy conspiracy theories and talks about the fucking truth. Crazy, dude. This guy's wild. I've seen him share some crazy shit. Pray for President Trump. He needs us now more than ever. In the eyes of God, marriage is still one man and one woman. See these backward-ass motherfuckers that I live around? Tariffs are typically passed on to consumers by importers, a standard economic concept that Trump rejects, claims it doesn't exist. But he has said that he wants to raise maybe the tariff up to 20%, which would be somewhere between $6,000 to $4,000 a year. So she was on the high end of that when she said $4,000 a year. She's relying on an estimate from the left-leaning Center for American Progress Action Fund, which calculates the cost would be $3,900 to $4,000. She called it his sales tax because that's effectively what it's going to be. It's going to be passed on to you when you buy something, but he calls it tariffs. Trump is flat wrong to claim that tariffs are paid by a foreign country. There's no controversy among economists who agree that tariffs, essentially tax on domestic consumption, are paid by importers such as U.S. companies, which in turn pass on most or all of the costs to consumers or producers who may use imported materials in their products. As a matter of demand and supply elasticities, overseas producers will pay part of the tax if there are fewer goods sold to the United States. Domestic producers, in effect, get a subsidy because they can raise their prices to the level imposed on importers. So ultimately, Americans footed the bill for Trump's tariffs, not the Chinese. Moreover, the China tariff revenue was reduced by $28 billion in payments the government made to farmers who lost business because. So not only did we pay $75 billion in tariffs that he put on China, we paid it. The American people paid it. He had to take $28 billion of that and give it to farmers who he fucked over in the tariffs. Of course, Biden didn't have the highest inflation. Mental institutes, that's great. They're taking over the towns. They're eating the cats. Trump says, I created one of the greatest economies in the history of our country. That's also false. Before COVID, it was a good economy, but it wasn't the greatest economy we've ever had. Wall Street firm Goldman Sachs issued a report saying the economy would shrink because of Trump's trade and immigration policies. The Penn-Wharton budget model concluded that Trump's policies would have $5.8 trillion in deficits over 10 years. 16 Nobel Prize-winning economists wrote in June before Biden dropped out of the race that Trump's plan could reignite the inflation and could ultimately lead to a gigantic recession. Trump says, I went to the Wharton School of Finance, and many of those professors, the top professors, they think my plan is brilliant, as a brilliant plan. We couldn't identify any. One Wharton professor posted on X during the debate, "Hi, at Wharton professor here. Show me the many colleagues who says Trump's plan is any good. I count 0. The post was later deleted. The Trump campaign did not respond to requests for any names. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics, and he taught her well. This is a ridiculous slur. Not true, obviously. Jesus Christ. It's just lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. It's like, it shows like her like it maybe inflating the numbers or using a more generous model than like a more right-leaning think tank would come up with. And then his are outright lies. So, no, we're not the same. We're not on equal footing. It's not like, oh, she lied. She didn't get fact-checked. She was fucking using more generous numbers. He was outright lying about murdering babies that are already born. Liz Cheney's on TV claiming she's a conservative, yet she is willing to vote for a socialist because of her personal hatred for Donald Trump. She or her dad are not conservatives, but global elitists. They are not of the people. Donald Trump and Kamala Harris will debate on Tuesday. Please pray for God's hands will be on this debate, that we can see clearly who has the leadership skills this country needs. America's future hangs in the balance. So he tries to set this post up as if he's middle of the road. I just want God to show us who the leader's going to be. And then as soon as she wins, he's posting shit about her earrings. He's posting shit about they cheated. She must have the questions ahead of time. Because they're never middle of the road. Even when they pretend to be, they're not. They just want Trump to fucking be king. And that's it. They want to worship Trump. Kamala is pretty central on the platform. Especially like a lot of her policies that she's running with now, if in Europe, would be like fucking leaning towards the right, dude. Like I don't think people understand this communist, Marxist, socialist. And they use liberal for everything. You can call me a liberal all you want. I don't take it as an insult. But you're conflating like liberals versus socialists. You think those are the same thing? Fucking retards. Anyways, we need a palate cleanser. Here we go. We bring the boom, but every time they say boom, it speeds up.
When you subscribe here to our channel, no, you'll never be alone. We bring the boom to you each day right here from Boca Raton. Stick with the Costco guys and you'll never get beat. We'll throw some paper towels and get beat all me. We're pushing weight in the gym and we're crushing the ball. Big Justice brings the boom and puts it over the wall. When your family comes first, it can never be undone. Ashley and mother of Big Justice even bring you the boom. We bring the boom. That's what we do. We bring the boom. We bring the boom to you. We bring the boom. We bring the boom to everyone. We bring the boom. Our favorite father and son. We bring the boom. That's what we do. We bring the boom. We bring the boom to you. We bring the boom.
There we go. See, didn't that make you feel better? Didn't that make you feel better? It made me feel better.
You black no. You black no.
Jesus. What happened? Oh.
Just a PSA to all you creepy ass dudes that keep coming up into my DMs.
Oh my God.
I'm married. I have been married for almost
Married to the game.
fucking years. Hi. What's up, homies? Why don't y'all just go away? That shit is so gross, and also it's called soliciting when you offer money. Ew. Like, ew. Ew. Like, go away. Ew. Just a PS.
Even he was screaming out. She was yelling at her reflection.
The most beautiful things in life are not just things. They're people and places, memories and pictures.
Granny's got a meth pipe, dude. Look at that. It's for my arthritis. I got hemorrhaging up and under my skin.
Feelings and moments. The most beautiful things in life are not just
wow, dude.
Places. Memories.
Wow.
And pictures.
There we go. That's right there in Ohio. That's bad. It's getting bad up there. Springfield right there.
She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a MAGA hat.
She seemed nervous at first, but got into her
There's a picture that seems to be real of Biden jokingly putting on a Trump hat, a MAGA, Make America Great Again hat. He says it was a joke, talking about bringing the country together rather than dividing it, but it seems to be real. He did it at a fire hall or something today.
Tried during a fierce exchange on the issue that could decide November's election.
But her vice presidential pick says abortion in the 9th month is absolutely fine. He also says execution after birth. It's execution, no longer abortion, because the baby is born.
He says execution.
And that's not okay with me.
The moderator intervened.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born.
Then came Harris's direct, powerful appeal to the women of America.
The government and Donald Trump certainly should not be telling a woman what to do with her body.
Anybody who thinks it's legal to kill a baby after it's born and thinks that that's rules and practices that are carried out by doctors and citizens in the United States should not be deciding anything about healthcare, anything at all.
A 12 or 13-year-old survivor of incest being forced to carry a pregnancy to term? They don't want that.
Once on comfortable turf, Harris picked up the pace.
You will see during the course of his rallies, he talks about fictional characters like Hannibal Lecter. He will talk about windmills cause cancer. And what you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom. And I will tell you, the one thing you will not hear him talk about is you.
Needling Trump to get a rise was the strategy, and it clearly worked.
Here's let me respond to the rallies. She said people start leaving. People don't go to her rallies. There's no reason.
Should have said something about his hands and then insinuated, like, you know what they say about people with small hands? That would have fucking, he'd have threw the podium at you and quit.
To go. So she can't talk about that. People don't leave my rallies. We have the biggest rallies, the most incredible rallies in the history of politics.
But surely his advisors were wincing backstage when Trump went totally off-piste with wild allegations about Haitian migrants in Ohio.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
It brought forth that famous Harris laugh and another fact check.
There have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed.
There was no audience and no mics, which his advisors thought would help Trump, and he did occasionally land the odd jab.
Now, wait a minute. I'm talking now. If you don't mind, please. Does that sound familiar?
Don't lie, she said off mic. Harris was everything Biden was not in his debate. Forensic, fast, and fleet of foot.
That these dictators and autocrats are rooting for you to be president again because they're so clear.
I wish he'd stop saying shit like these, like, horrible fucking dictators around the world support me. Like, why would you keep saying that? Putin loves me. Viktor Orban, he says, everybody's scared of me. I'm not saying that. He's saying that.
They can manipulate you with flattery and favors.
In the end, it took the full 90 minutes for Trump to finally land what we were told would be his main attack line.
So she just started by saying she's going to do this, she's going to do that, she's going to do all these wonderful things. Why hasn't she done it? She's been there for 3.5 years. They've had 3.5 years to fix the border. They've had 3.5 years to create jobs and all the things we talked about. Why hasn't she done it?
No, but they understand what type of person he is. That flattery will basically make them best friends. Like, if they just come in there and be like, oh, we love you. Everybody here says you're the strongest, you're the best, you're probably the best president that's ever been there, right? The biggest crowds, much bigger crowds than that Martin Luther Jordan guy, whatever his name was. Martin Luther and Jordan, well, whatever. We know. You have the biggest crowds, the most money, the nicest hotels, like that, right? They just know how to work him.
Valid points that voters are concerned about, but they came too late, leaving the Democrats this debate night to claim a victory. This is a very different debate to the last one, right?
Well, there's no objective way to suggest otherwise, absolutely unequivocally.
As we spoke, news rippled through the spin room that Taylor Swift had just...
I think Gavin Newsom might be their 2028 candidate. Well, it depends. Kamala obviously can run again.
Endorsed Kamala Harris in a post on Instagram. Governor, just in a word, Taylor Swift.
I think Donald Trump at his peril dismisses it and disparages it. He'll pay an even bigger price than
Apparently he's over there.
Yeah,
Apparently
well,
he's over there.
he better be in here because he has a lot to spend tonight.
And there he was, doing exactly that on Fox News.
And I just felt we had a great night.
To the surprise of everyone, Donald Trump actually turned up in the spin room this evening. He's giving an interview to Fox News now, claiming that he won the debate tonight, that Kamala Harris didn't answer any questions and said he didn't get under his skin.
It wasn't as if Trump didn't have an army of surrogates out there spinning for him already. Do you think Donald Trump won this debate?
Yes, because he answered the questions that matter to the lives of the American people.
There were many questions he didn't answer.
No, that's not true.
What policies did Donald Trump
Many questions he didn't. No, that's not true.
talk about?
Donald Trump talked about the
He
policies.
answered them all. I was there.
4 years.
I saw him.
The future policies. She didn't talk about future policies.
You don't have to worry about what Donald Trump is going to do. You know what he's going to do.
So what do you say to voters who think they can't?
You don't even have to worry about what he's going to do. You just know. He's going to be a dictator on day one, and it'll be a long way down after that.
She has moved away from some of her positions. What do you say to voters who say she can't be trusted?
Well, first of all, I mean, I think any good leader is willing to adjust their opinions based upon new evidence.
Yeah, I think the fact that they're trying to ride her, that she had this point when, listen, when you're in your primary, you're trying to cater to your audience, not America, right? And then you have to be able to spin that to where when you're trying to come together with all of America, because everybody needs the swing votes. That's how you win, right? Either get people that are disengaged or never voted or the swing votes. And usually a combination of both of them. To think that you can chastise somebody for changing their point of view, that happens, right? As long as they're open about it, they're like, okay, well, now we're saying this, or now we're doing this, or now we believe this, and this is our new plan, right? Why the fuck would you... Trump said a bunch of shit in his primary that no one held him to, right? When he 2016 primary. A bunch of shit that no one held him to.
There was none of last night's rancor on display this morning during a memorial service to commemorate the 9/11 attacks in New York. More FaceTime for Harris and Trump, and another handshake, awkwardly bypassing Joe Biden, his rival.
Did you see this? Look, hold on. Donald Trump does this weird thing. I've been watching it for months and months. Donald Trump does this weird thing where he gives a strong handshake. I'm going to slow it down to normal speed. He gives a strong grip handshake, and then partway through it, like randomly to catch you off guard, he pulls the handshake. Joe Rogan talked about it. Other people have talked about it. He pulls it to pull you off balance to him. And he's got all this fucking weird ass leaning forward, heavyweight, fucking 400-pound man standing there. Like he can pull a lot of people, but it's like almost like an intimidation to like get you off kilter or something. Watch this.
More FaceTime for Harris.
Just randomly while he's shaking, he pulls the handshake always.
Harris and Trump, and another handshake, awkwardly by.
Did you see that pull and she pulled back? Did you see it? Look where his hand's at now. Look how he pulls it. And that's where it started at.
Shake.
Hold on. Joe Rogan talks about this, I think. I think it was Joe Rogan. About how it's like a dominance thing with him. He wants you to pull you off guard. Trump got me with a sneaky handshake. Let's see.
How Trump does the thing where he just pulls everything.
Dude, he got me. Motherfucker got me. Let me tell you something. I was ready for it the first time. First time I met him. First of all,
I was watching this before I ever saw Joe Rogan say it. He's done it for years.
Normal size hands. I have big hands. He has regular size hands. He's a big guy. So,
we can see his hands.
I was ready. I knew I was going to meet him. First time I met him, he came over, just put his hands on my shoulders, like, you do a great job. But I was sitting. So this time I actually stood up. We made eye contact. I said, how you doing, sir? I shook his hand. I'm like, oh, I know he's about to do. So I fucking anchored myself. I'm like, not today, son. Not today. Would you give me a nice pull? And I'm like, but we were hanging out for a while. So then the next time I met him, he was at a UFC as well.
Did he try to pull?
Dude, I'll tell you what happened. Okay. I'm sitting down, and he looks at me, and he goes like this, and he gets up, starts walking towards me, and I get up, and I reach over with my hand, and and I'm over the table. He really fucking got me. He got me good. He got me good. He got me good. I'm like, this motherfucker learns from his mistakes. He got me.
He used your energy against you. Here it goes.
Is this the time where he gets me?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me see. No, this is the time he tried. Yeah. He tried to get me. He's hanging on for a while. See, look
at you, dude. You're shaking.
I'm anchored.
And he keeps pulling.
I'm resisting.
Keeps trying.
On there?
Isn't that a weird thing to do? I think it is. Whatever.
Awkwardly bypassing Joe Biden to commemorate
He tries to pull her.
the 9/11 attacks in New York. More FaceTime for Harris and Trump, and another handshake, awkwardly bypassing
See him pull her.
his rival just 6 weeks ago.
I think the reason it didn't work is he outweighs her by a lot. I think the reason it didn't work is because he can't just like jerk down a fucking woman with all these TV cameras and shit. He still tried to do it. His goal is to make you like take a step towards him, let him know like you're in control or he's in control, whatever.
Now he's a thing of the past, and it's her vying with Trump for the chance to shape America's future.
What Joe Biden did, whether you like him or not, is a big thing, right? No one could make him step down, and he did it voluntarily. Yeah, it was after his debate appointments. Yeah, it was probably a little too late. If he's going to do it, he should have done it earlier. But that's a big thing. Do you think Trump would ever step aside when his numbers tank?
Well, there is no doubt that Kamala Harris had a great night last night. If there was a list of attacks that her advisors wanted her to hit, well, she ticked every single box and then some. But as her campaign pointed out in their numerous blasts to Democrats after the debate, one night does not a presidency make. There are still 54 days between now and November's election, and it will likely take days or even weeks for the full effect.
Trump, you can watch Trump in the primaries. Trump was willing to destroy the entire Republican Party and everybody in the field to become the nominee. Like, of course he wouldn't step down.
Impact of that debate.
He would burn it down first. And he tried on January 6th.
To really filter through into the polls proper. There was one snap poll from CNN overnight of registered voters that found 63% of them thought Harris gave the better performance on stage, as opposed to 37% for Donald Trump. Prior to the debate, those same voters
63-37.
Was split 50-50 as to which candidate would perform.
50-50 to 63-37. 50-50 before, 63-37 after Harris.
more strongly. That doesn't, of course, mean that they will then go ahead and vote for Kamala Harris. She still has a lot of work to do, particularly with those independent voters who care so much about the economy, where she is weak and where she wasn't particularly pushed very hard last night. But for sure, coming out of the debate, the Democrats feel that all the momentum is with them, but they know, as we all do, that you can never count Donald
Trump did such a bad job last night, dude.
To Senator Chris Coons, a close ally of President Biden, who was co-chair of his re-election campaign and is now co-chair of the Harris campaign. And I began by asking him how much of a difference he thinks last night's debate will have actually made.
Well, a great debate performance does not win an election, but it helped clarify and sharpen the differences between Vice President Harris and former President Trump.
Now, I suppose that, history tells us that debates are important. It was very important for President Biden. So how important do you think this performance was? I mean, how nervous were you at the beginning?
This was a particularly important performance. Former President Trump came across as angry, grievance-filled, backwards-looking, frankly unhinged. And Vice President Harris came across as positive.
I think one of the worst things that people should meme the fuck out of was like, well, I've got parts of a plan. I'm not the president. Everybody should be saying like, well, I got parts of a car. I'm not a mechanic.
Forward-looking, upbeat. Kamala Harris is clearly focused on addressing the issues that average Americans say they're facing day in and day out. And Donald Trump seems to be focused on his own issues, relitigating the 2020 election.
100%. 100% he's going to try J6 2.0, but it's going to be different. There's going to be counties that are loyal to him, that whether they had anything in their county or not, if it looks like he's losing, they're going to refuse to certify and say that they can't be sure that this, and basically up to this point, it's been a procedural thing, right? You go through, you do the thing, you sign off and certify. But they're going to try to bring up everything and do everything if he's losing, and that gives him time to spin a narrative, make a story, distribute video, edit it, Rudy Giuliani lie while his hair melts.
Of anger and grievance at how he frankly was fired by 70 million Americans in 2020.
Were you surprised at how easy it seemed to be for the vice president to distract President Trump? I mean, she laid trap after trap, and he just sort of fell into them, it seemed.
I wasn't surprised because Donald Trump has shown over and over when he was president and as a candidate at home and abroad that he is easily distracted and manipulated. One of the most important points that Kamala Harris made.
How she played him like a fucking fiddle by taking a few little shots. How do people think that he deals with world leaders? Why do you think that him and Putin are such close friends? Because Putin is a literal KGB agent. Like, Putin's literal a CIA spook for Russia. Do you think they're playing on an even playing field? Of course not.
Was that Vladimir Putin is not his friend and will eat him for lunch. That as someone who is desperate to be liked.
I didn't know he was about to say that, but.
And to be in the center of the news, Donald Trump can be led astray, and he frankly would be putty in the hands of a dictator like Vladimir Putin.
Is there a danger, though, that Americans will look at it and say, well, yes, she's a better debater, but when I look at my bank account, when I look at my...
If you listen to stories at the White House, he wouldn't even take his daily briefings. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, okay, can we do this later? Like, he wouldn't even take his daily briefings, much less if you're going to meet with somebody like Putin, you better have, like, practice and people that come in that know how to manipulate, that know your buttons, that know what drives you down this path or off on a tangent or how to get information out of you, fucking trying to do it to you, because that's what he's going to do. But Trump won't even listen to his daily briefings.
Standard of living. Am I better off now than I was before? No, I'm not. I'm going to go for Trump. I mean, how do you counter that?
So a majority of Americans do think the country is headed in the wrong direction. That's why it was important for Kamala Harris to make it clear that she's the candidate of change, that she's got a different focus, a different set of priorities than former President Trump. Next year, the massive tax bill that Donald Trump got passed on a Republican straight-line party vote back in 2017 expires. And we're going to have a fight here in Congress and with our
I think she should have brought this up. She's got a plan. She should have brought up more that it's going to expire. For the vast majority of people watching tonight, your tax breaks have already expired, but they haven't expired for the wealthy. But those are going to expire, and we'll be able to put new tax law on the books.
President over how to spend trillions of dollars. Donald Trump wants to spend that money to benefit billionaires and the most profitable companies. And Kamala Harris made it clear that she wants to spend that money on tax cuts for the middle class that'll help with the cost of housing, prescription drugs, the cost of higher education, of daycare and childcare, of having a child.
Somebody come in last night and was like, okay, well, he says he wants to raise money on tariffs. How does she raise money? No, he said he wants you to pay billionaires, basically, right? He wants you to pay for billionaires to have tax breaks. That's what he said.
a bigger family. So they laid out very different visions going forward for what's going to be one of the most important fights coming up next year.
How difficult is it for Vice President Harris to lay out her economic vision without implicitly criticizing President Biden?
Well, she has drawn some contrasts. For example, in the last few weeks, she's made it clear that while she does think we should raise the capital gains rate, she's proposing not raising it anywhere near the amount that, say, Bernie Sanders would like or that President Biden has proposed. She's drawn some distinctions in what her priorities are. That reflects the fact that she's got years of experience as vice president.
It is hard for her to run under a sitting president that is going to finish the term, more than likely, without like throwing him under the bus and also saying, well, I'm going to do my own thing, but I can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
And as a senator, and that we're now facing a different economic situation than the one in which President Biden grew up as a senator and as vice president and as president.
Do you think they should do another debate? I mean, might she be tempted to say, well,
absolutely, I would look forward to it. I would buy a ticket to that next debate.
Right, I mean, you don't think it's a risk, you know, if you're a head quit?
I don't think there's a risk that Kamala Harris, who is a very capable and seasoned prosecutor, public speaker, senator, and vice.
And she's only, what, 59 years old? She's 50-something, I can't remember. But, like, I still think we need younger. I want, like, a 35 or 40-year-old. But I still think we need younger. But that's a lot better than Trump or Biden.
President, that she would somehow fail at a second debate.
I mean, ultimately, what do you think this election is going to come down to in those swing states where it's going to be won?
At the end of the day, it's going to come down to people's sense of trust. Which of these two candidates has their interests at heart? Which of these two candidates is going to make our country a better place, safer abroad and stronger at home? And I think when it comes down to that question, Kamala Harris will win.
Senator Coons, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Great to be on with you.
Well, Mark Lotter joins me now from Washington, D.C. He's a former advisor to President Trump who led his communications strategy when he ran in 2020. Good evening. Let me begin with
I can tell by the hair he kind of looks like a neo-Nazi.
question. What difference do you think the debate has made?
I don't think it makes much of a difference. I think
yeah,
those who came in supporting Kamala Harris probably left supporting Kamala Harris. The people who came in supporting President Trump left supporting President Trump. And so far what I've seen both through a Reuters panel
he lost, so nothing changed.
And in the New York Times, some great reporting that undecided voters left unconvinced because Kamala Harris can't and won't answer the basic question of how would she lower prices? How would she secure the border when she was the person, along with Joe Biden, who broke both of those things?
But would you agree the momentum still seems to be with her? I mean, she hasn't put a foot wrong yet. And, you know, there were no knockouts last night, however hard President Trump tried.
Well, I don't think she actually has. She's never gotten the lead. So I think her momentum, her honeymoon has come to an end. And even when you look at the polling averages, because I think all polls have some built-in biases one way or the other. So if you look at the polling averages, Kamala Harris right now is about 5 to 7 points behind where Joe Biden was at this point in 2020. She's anywhere from 3 to 5 points behind where he was in the battleground states. And in some cases, she's even doing worse than Hillary Clinton was doing in 2016. That 2020 election came down to 43,000 votes in 3 states. And if you're performing 3 to 5 points worse, that's not a good place to be if you're a Democrat.
Yeah, so who are those people that you are now trying to reach? Who was Donald Trump trying to speak to last night?
The dog lovers of Springfield, Ohio.
Well, I think obviously he was trying to speak to that small swath of people, maybe 3-5% who are undecided still. And I think in one case, what we've seen and some of the comments that we've seen publicly after the debate was maybe they were open to taking a look at Kamala Harris because she was a new candidate. No one really knew much about her. But since she can't spell out what she's going to do to actually improve their lives, well, they know Donald Trump is going to do it. He did it once before, and he'll do it again.
So do you think the sort of the crazier stuff doesn't matter? You know, the sort of the pet-eating immigrants and all that. You know, that people just discount all of that because what they care about is cost of living.
Well, I mean, I think we've seen 10 years now where the media has run wild with all kinds of things about Donald Trump.
I mean, he came out with
when they look at it, I do think that they will judge this on basically the economy. I think they'll judge this on the immigration crisis that's in our country. And I think they correctly blame Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for creating all of these problems.
Correctly.
She's not the change agent to fix what she broke.
But how do you see those moments? You know, I mean, like, you know, the other side, you know, what you would portray as sort of the elite will look at that sort of thing about dog and cat eating immigrants in Springfield and laugh and go, there he goes again, he's crazy, he looks stupid. When he says that, what do you think when he says that? Do you just think it's kind of amusing or what?
Well, there are reports that have been documented. There have been testimony about people who have talked about.
We got to do it. We got to do it. He saw a meme, and it's real.
And geese and ducks in those parks, and there's no question that the tiny town of Springfield, which has about 60,000 people, now has another 15 to 20,000 illegal Haitian immigrants. So they are struggling. Many of them are struggling with people squatting.
Illegal?
Now has another 15 to 20,000 illegal Haitian immigrants.
None of those people are illegal immigrants. Well, I can't say none. There might be one, very, 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 very few of those are illegal immigrants. They're refugees.
So
some of them came here under Trump.
They are struggling. Many of them are struggling with people squatting on their yards. They're having problems with auto accidents because the folks there now can drive, but they can't read. And there have been reports.
Yeah, but people aren't eating cats.
But I think it brings a bigger picture.
Yeah, and similarly, you know, on the abortion question, when he says things that aren't true, like, you know, doctors are killing babies. Do you, again, what's your reaction to
that? There are 15 states. Hang on a second. There are 15 states where abortion is legal up until the moment of birth, and Kamala Harris voted against the baby.
That's not what he said. He said baby's born. They said it there, and then they kill it.
Care Act, which says that a baby that survives a botched abortion must be given life-giving care. Tim Walz actually signed.
Of course. A baby that's going to die should be taken care of till the end, right?
A bill in Minnesota that says doctors do not have to provide.
So you think that's a good tagline still?
In Minnesota under that law, and then he stopped the hospital reporting of it because he didn't want to see the numbers anymore.
Mark Lawson, thank you very much for joining.
These people are wild. All right, guys. I got a 3D print finishing up. That's what I'm going to do. Get ready. Please consider making a contribution to the show. Help us keep it going at coldbeer.fund. I greatly appreciate it. I was just going to do some stuff about the debate. Hopefully, I'll be in earlier now. I found the leak. I got this stuff under control. My boss is out of town, so I'm trying to stay on top of that. But either way, thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Like I said, you can support the show at coldbeer.fund if you want to. That's how we pay for the show. That's how we keep it going. Other than that, I'm hopping off here and be back tomorrow night. We'll talk to you guys then. See you on the next one.
But I can tell you this about if this douchebag happens to see this particular show, you don't have the forking balls to call out the people on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are and tell them the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the forking balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set.
Yeah, that Kelly guy's a bitch, dude.
And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Where my true believer? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like fool in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his